Ted, something I've been meaning to ask you about as we've been taking our look back here to 1996 and your time at WCW,
Yeah.
is a performer that a lot of folks credit with influencing the way that wrestling is today, and a guy who's still active in WWE. We're talking about Rey Mysterio, and he's here in WCW at this time. And his high flying style and uncharacteristically small size have made him a legend in wrestling.
Uh,
You and I had talked on our last episode about, kind of the way that wrestling has gone nowadays with less emphasis on selling, more emphasis on moves and high flying stuff. And Ray is really kind of responsible for a lot of it. What did you think about Ray and some of the incredible stuff he was doing at the time?
well, I mean, I personally like Ray very much, and the thing about it is this: for Rey Mysterio, who's, you know, I don't even know if comes up to my, yeah, at least he comes up to my waist, but he's not a big guy at all. So he's got to have something different
Yes.
to offer. And what he had to offer was, the high flying stuff. But you know what? That's good for Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
All you other guys out there, don't go out there if you're 6'4" and try to do triple back somersaults. It's kind of, it's the bottom line with me. My whole objection with a lot of what I see on TV today is the thing that has changed is the match. And I'm sorry, but I personally don't believe that should have changed at all, because you're telling a story, and sometimes it's a short story because you may only have a 6-minute match, and then what you can do, or what. And I'll be honest with you, it's really hard to have a match in 6 minutes, but uh it's just become all this high flying junk. It's just like, I've seen these guys take beautiful bumps, these young kids take a triple back somersault, and if I ever took a bump like I've seen some of these guys take over the top rope to the floor, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to bounce up like a bunny.
No.
I'm going to stay down and sell it. That's what's missing. Sell it. And that's what sells tickets. It's before the fans can really get behind you, you got to, as much as you possibly can in the time that you have in the ring, try to make them believe your story and make it as realistic as I can. Nobody tries to do that. Well, I won't say nobody, but very few try to do that anymore. And one of the guys that I think has become very good and more of an old style, and again, by a lot of the people who influenced him, was CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
He wrestles a more old school way. And that's my whole, you know what? I'm going to die on that hill.
And look, I don't blame you. And, it's like everybody says, and, I agree in many respects that, like all entertainment, wrestling needs to change and evolve. And I'm for it. Let's change, let's evolve, let's get better. However, I don't think that you're getting better when you're not selling. And that was the cool thing about Rey Mysterio was that, yep, he was doing some crazy shit and flying all over the
But
place,
yeah,
jumping out of the ring, but he
but
sold.
the reason he got over is because Ray knew that for him to really get over and to do those fantastic things that he can do, he had to sell.
Mm-hmm.
He had to put himself in a position to where the people watching the story are going, come on, Ray, come on, you can do it, man. Get up, man. You can do it. Get it up, get up. And just, like the whole thing, one hand that drops and two hands it drops. And if it drops the third time, the match is over. And you keep that hand up and okay, there's still life there. And here he comes. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, but yeah,
And
I have
when
a lot of respect for Ray.
when Ray started to kind of climb the ladder and move up the ranks, a big part of what was happening was that he was having a thing with Kevin Nash. I think this was in 1999, and he beat Kevin Nash. And like the whole idea was that he was in trouble throughout this whole match, and it was really easy for Nash, and Nash is just taking advantage of the guy. And then at the end, he somehow pulls it out.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
like, yeah, it's almost like, it's like, Nash is he's not Nash has gotten comfortable with where he's at. And then all of a sudden, Rey Mysterio, like the quick little guy that he is, goes toot 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 toot, 1, 2, 3,
yep.
and Nash is left in the ring going, "No way."
And it works. It worked with the one
Yes,
two three kid and Razor Ramon. You know,
absolutely,
it's
absolutely.
tried and true. But in order for you to feel like that guy is in danger and feel like, oh, there's no way he's going to be able to pull this one off, he has to sell.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And so much of it has become it's more like a circus act now. I'm sorry, but what Ray understood, being that size, is that he had to learn how to just sell his butt off and sell and sell and sell, and then start and I've watched him. I mean, he's really good. Make a good slow comeback and finally get full of fire, and then all those triple back somersaults kick you in the face. Moves, they come across, and everybody loves him.
And they mean more if they're not happening all throughout the match. If it's part of his comeback and he's doing busting out some of these crazy moves, then all of a sudden it's like, holy smokes, look at this guy making his comeback.
Yeah,
Whereas if you're doing it all throughout the match, it's white noise. It's who cares? I've been seeing
yeah,
it, for
right.
20 minutes now.